Okay, this video is to help you get started with times tables, add a timer, part 2. First, I'm going to show you what the finished product should look like without revealing all my code. So I'm going to pull down the menu to show you that I'm running it. This program helps you practice your timetables. What is 7 times 7? So if I get the correct answer, it says good thinking, you got it in 4.83 seconds. So this is the add-on that I want you guys to add. And it makes the game more interesting because then they're trying to get it as quickly as they can. So watch when I run it again. 1 times 5, I type in a 5 and I hit enter. Got it 2.37 seconds and so forth. So now watch what happens if I get it wrong. 5 times 4, I'll put 8. Incorrect, you get one more try. 5 times 4, this time I say 20. Notice it doesn't give me a timer because it's not fair. I suppose you could put a timer in there and then have it end the time for the second if you want, but that's not required. Just for the first time if you get it right the first time, because otherwise you're giving them more time anyway. So either way is fine with me. I did it where I only put the timer in if they got it right the first time. Did I end the timer? Now, I'm going to show you some other code. I added this timer function to my guess game. You're not required to do that. You feel free if you want to, but you're not required because I want to show you what all of the code that I'm using. So here's the new function that we're using is right here. Oh, by the way, all of the code that I added to this guess game and all the lines of code that you'll need, I put these pound signs. And so this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line are the 5 added lines. So what are we adding? We're adding a time.time function, which takes a timestamp of the computer's date down here, like the time. And then I set it equal to start timer. And then later on, when I wanted it to end the time, I just said end timer, and I did the same thing, take a timestamp of the computer's time. And then I said difference equal to end time minus start timer, so I've got the difference. And then I rounded that difference to 2 decimal places, and that's what this function is doing here, rounding it. So time taken is the result. And it took you, time taken, seconds. I added this line of code. So now I'm going to run this to show you what it looks like. So guess the number from 1 to 10, I'll hit 5. Too low, guess higher. 7, 8, 9. Must be a 10. Congratulations, you guessed it 5 tries, and then here's the added line. It took you 9.8 seconds. So that's working. Alright, so I'll show this code one more time. And I'd like you guys to get this to work. I'm going to show you, I copied this, and I'll reveal where I pasted it here. Here's where I got it started. Start timer. Oh, I'm revealing too much. A little bit too much, aren't I? Anyway, I started it right before the input command because that's where the computer stops and lets them type something in. So I wanted to start the timer before, and obviously I stopped it right after. And then you guys can do the rest. All right.